Wanted to give a review on the Angler 144 by Future Beach. This is a 12-foot kayak. Here's kind of a profile of it. It does have a thin profile. This one's only about 30 inches across, I believe. So definitely this one you cannot stand up in. It is pretty stable for only being 30 inches across, but like I said, definitely you can't stand up in it. You can spin around to reach the items in the back. I didn't have any problems with that. But like I said, I just wanted to give a review on it. I was out on it today, and I've only taken it out once before. I have the fishing rods on there, but it was more of a kayak trip than a fishing trip. Just paddling around, just trying to get used to it. But I wanted to give kind of an overview and my opinion of it, of being on it for a few hours today. So as you can see, here's the back profile view. It's got a handle. I've heard people replacing these handles, but I haven't had any issues. I mean, it's got a nice rubber grip, and these straps are usually pretty strong, so there was no issues for me. It does have some storage back here. I have a few bungees just thrown in there right now, but this does, you take out this part, goes way in there. I'm not sure if you can see that. I don't know how dark it is, but that does come out. As you can see, it just screws right on. I will say, if you screw them too tight, they get locked up pretty easy. And I'll just have to tap it with a hammer to get it undone. All the bungees that are on here, these black bungees, they all came with it. I didn't add anything to it yet. So as you can see, there's some bungees here. I did put the crate in the back, and then just some random items that I threw back there. I trimmed down what I would bring with me. Typically I have a bigger soft toolbox that I bring, tool bag I guess, that I bring with me, but here I can just throw these back here. I put a bungee on top. I don't have any issues with anything falling out. I have my net that I throw on the side. I didn't want to get one of the long nets. You can get like a 3-foot net, but I didn't think I needed that really yet. I'll see how this goes, and if this one doesn't work for me, then I'll definitely get a bigger net. It's got 2 rod holders back here. As you can see, those are just standard. They do what they need to do, but they're behind you, so they're more just for storage as I'm paddling out. Seat's really the big issue on this kayak, in my opinion, because it's not all that comfortable. It's hard. It's just the plastic that you're sitting on. I need to find a seat that's going to work for me. I need a higher back. On this one, it's pretty low, and pretty much if your feet aren't pushing on those, then you're just going to slide down, and you know, you're always kind of sitting down, so I always have to push to sit straight back up. But it really wasn't bad. My life jacket, actually, I just throw it underneath me and sit on my life jacket, so it's pretty comfortable for that respect. But I have no back support at all, which I would like. I'd like to get a taller seat for this one. This has another opening here. As you can see, this one doesn't really go anywhere. It's just a small little opening. Probably should let that air out a little bit. Cup holder. Not sure why there's 2. I usually just have a bottle of water that I throw in there. This is actually a nice little area that, as you can see, a lure's there, but I had my pliers sitting in there, and you know, if you're switching out lures, and it's quick and easy because they're just sitting right in front of you. I think what I want to do, because you can see right here, I have a Scotty mount that I added. I would like to put another Scotty mount here so I can have another rod holder. I think that would be nice and convenient for me to have another rod holder right there. But here's the footrests. Depending on your height, it's where you want to go. I'm usually, you know, one of these 2 towards the end. They're fairly comfortable. They don't. It's really just the bottom corner of your foot that sits in there, but it works for me. I didn't really have any issues with that. Was able to put a little tape measure on the side there, just in case. Again, more bungees that it came with. I haven't had a reason to use these yet. Maybe for an anchor pole or something I can hook up there. I don't know yet, but what we got over here is more storage. As you can see, there's a bunch of storage. Well, honestly, I don't know what you can see. I know it's probably upside down. Some more storage in there. But that would be good. I guess, you know, if you want to go kayak and camping at the same time, then plenty of storage in there for that. Front of it, another handle. Again, I don't really have too many issues with them. I've heard a few people that want to switch them out for something a little more beefy, but I haven't had any issues. Up here's a little plug so you can empty it, because you will get water on the inside. These are more water resistant than waterproof. I did have some water in there today, and I really had no reason to take in water, but it was there. Nice and easy though. You just turn it upside down, it comes out. More bungees on the side. Handle just like the other side. I'm not sure I showed that one, but it does have a handle over there. I added this little taco clip paddle holder. It does okay. The only issue is these rubber, they stop the water, well, slow it down. They don't do exactly what you want, but they slow down the water from just rolling down the pole and falling in your lap. But they hold it up. My point is they hold it up a little bit so it doesn't necessarily fit flush in here, so I may just put a space. I don't use them, but they could come in handy. I guess I could, for more storage, I can probably flip the paddle in there so that holds on. Again, rod holder on this side. Has these, when I didn't have this crate in here, the bungees were wrapped around here, so it kind of made an X on the top of there, so if you wanted to throw anything in that compartment. And that side, actually I didn't show the scupper holes. So there's two in the back where the crate is. There's two up here in the seats, and then up front I have two more. I have my scupper plugs. This is what came with it. I don't know enough about them, but I hear that you can get some that will drain water out but not take water in. I'll look more into that down the road, but for right now those did what I need them to do. Again, back is really my only issue with the kayak. It's more of a beginner kayak. There's definitely a lot better ones out there, whether you're getting longer or just wider so you can stand up. I think standing up would definitely be an advantage when you're out there kayaking. $2.99, I haven't seen those prices, at least not locally, but I'm happy with the $3.99 purchase. It's pretty good. It's a little heavy. I think it's around 65 to 70 pounds, somewhere in there. It's a little heavy. I don't know what other kayaks weigh. This is my first kayak, but I do like this one. It's pretty good, other than it's a little skinny, so it rocks a little, but I never felt like I was going to fall in. Seat, you know, for $99 and below, you can definitely get a lot of good seats out there, so I think that's really my next purchase with it, other than installing the other Scotty mount here, but I already have the Scotty mount. I'll just have to find a rod holder that I'll back around there. The paddle I have is kind of a small paddle. Typically you want to go, I've heard 220 centimeters is the kind of the sweet spot with these. This one's only about 180 centimeters, so I believe it's like 80 inches versus the 220s around the 90 inches, if I'm not mistaken. But this one's pretty small. It is one of the cheaper ones. I believe it was 20-25 bucks, something like that. Something I got at Academy. I wanted to get out on the water, so I got the quick and easy paddle. It does have 2 adjustable. I have it at the most extent. I didn't go out far today, but I just wanted to paddle around. Fish weren't biting either, so a few swirls out there, but nothing really biting. Anyway, this is just my review of the Angler 144 by Future Beach. It's a nice kayak. It does what I need it to do. Plenty of storage. With a few upgrades like the seat, you can definitely have a nice little kayak. So that's all I got. I appreciate any comments, any questions. I will gladly answer them. So feel free to leave a question below, like the video, subscribe. It's always nice to have subscribers.